We are live.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody, welcome to the PDH Mission Monday. As you know, we do this live, and every once in a while, we got this little hiccup of technology. Restream was giving us a little hiccup, but it is January 5th, right? Yeah, 5th. It's Monday Mission. Uh, Here's the report. Last week, we had our fellowship. Oh, January 8th. My bad. See, I I lose track of time. So last week, first week of the month, what do? We hold our fellowship breakfast, and I am proud to report that 28 veterans received a free meal and fellowship. Remember, on the first Wednesday of the month, it's in Paducah, Kentucky, at the IHOP, and on the first Saturday of the month at Forward Operating Base Rush in Makanda. Speaking of Makanda, we got the Give Back Day coming up this Saturday. So, if you're in the Carbondale area of Illinois, Western Kentucky, make the drive. Come on. We got to get these back two bedrooms done. All right. So, as the title says, tonight we're going to meet the team. Okay, you guys see me all over social media, my ugly mug. But, I got a big team behind me that does things. And you see the ambassadors, but I think it's time to let you meet a few new ones. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in our first team member, Beth King.
Hi
Hello,
guys.
Beth.
How are
So,
you guys doing tonight? My name's
we're,
Beth.
we're doing great. So, everybody, this is Beth King. You may know her from the Crayon Eater's Wife, right?
Yeah, Crown Eater's Wife, 1775. Yes, that's me.
Okay. So, as I said, here's the questions. We know who you are now.
Right.
Why did you join Project Die Hard's mission?
Um, I joined the team because I kind of was tired of being on my soapbox, complaining about what the government wasn't doing for us, and I decided to get involved. I had a brother who died by suicide. And, this mission really touched me. And getting out and doing things for our veterans and seeing what veterans helping veterans does and accomplishes um, really touched my heart. And I can see that we can accomplish so much more working together than we can, you know, working against each other or expecting the government to hand things to us.
Solid point. Okay, so now tell everybody what's your position within Project Die Hard and how they can help you help me.
Well, I'm helping with the marketing and the social media, using my platform to kind of spread the word, and mainly to help with sponsorships and getting our name out. Also, to kind of encourage people to start giving back. Not only does helping Project Die Hard help the mission, but helping another veteran also helps ourselves. It will help you in a way. It can be life changing. It's changed my life giving back to others. And then also, not always people can always donate. That's just financially not always feasible. But you can you can share, you can do all of these other things. Everybody has a special talent. Reach out to me and I will figure it out and help you help this mission.
See, guys? Now, Beth has played down her part a little bit. Beth is actually part of the leadership team. So we sit there and we talk. What is the best way to help a veteran? And we
Yeah.
work out plans and policies. This is a person that has a voice. Why? because she stepped up and she does things. If you have an idea, we want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Okay, you can reach Beth at Beth, BETH, at projectdiehard.org. That's her email. If you have a general question, contact at projectdiehard.org. Well, thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
This is our live thing. We're running through the whole team, but because your name starts with a B, you get to go first.
Oh, is that why I thought I was just your favorite?
Uh,
Don't tell anybody.
all right. Thank you. Okay. So that's Beth King. Reach out to her. She will tell you what we need. Next up, you know her as a devil doc, right? Let's bring in our next person, Christy Remmel. Hey, Christy, sister, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there. First, I got to say thank you and God bless for all you're doing for the mission. And I know you've been behind the scenes, and I'm sorry to bring you forward, but I think starting in the new year, we got to let people know that, hey, it's not just my ugly mug they talk about, right? I got more beautiful people behind me. All right, so the names on the screen. Why did you join Project Die Hard?
I joined Project Die Hard for the same reason as Beth. I wanted to be part of the solution. And the solution is that we, outside of our government and our medical facilities, we need to come together as a community, as a family, in order to prevent veterans from taking their lives, right? I think that we, to a certain extent, we have become a society of victims instead of a society of victors. So, if we are able to help people come out of homelessness, not take their lives, become functional people in society that are contributing, then we're doing our part.
Okay, yeah. See, look, people, teamwork.
Right.
Us as veterans, because she's a devil doc, she's Navy corpsman, okay? But you all know where the Marine Corps gets their docs, right? So she gets the title of a devil doc, right? She has a special part right here in my heart because medics, we rule. Who better to take care of our brothers and sisters, right, than medics? We did it our whole career. So, what do you do for the mission, and why can and how can people help you help the mission?
I am the marketing director for Project Die Hard. So I am in charge of the website and a little bit of the marketing that is out on social media, as well as some the newsletter that we're getting ready to launch. So if you want to be part of the newsletter, you can go to the website projectdiehard.org and sign up to receive the newsletter. The other way that people can help is if they have any skills or if they want to learn skills in marketing, then they can reach out directly to me, Christy at projectdiehard.org, and I will teach people how to do marketing for Project Die Hard, which in turn, if they have a business, then it'll definitely help their business.
Oh, so true, so true. We always seek other businesses. Yeah, folks, look, you become a mission supplier, a facility supplier, a resource partner. Look, there's bennies to it. Reach out to us. My team will do everything in their power to make sure you succeed as we do. Okay. Well, Aaron, yes, brother, I am so looking forward to being on your podcast. February 4th, I already got it marked it out. Stroke TV, people. I'm going to be there with bells on. I've been waiting for close to a year to get on that one. I love him. This guy's a powerhouse, and he's a great supporter of the mission, right? And if you look in the comments, okay. All right. So I guess we are moving on. Has Tammy joined? Yay or nay? That's Dan. Susan is here. Okay, then we will transition on to Susan. There she is. You see Susan every week, boys and girls, right? But this is the official introduction. Susan, and I also, but you say your last name. I always butcher it for you too.
Roscoff.
Roscoff. Okay, Susan Roscoff. So you got her name. You know she's an ambassador. So we can spend some really good time on how can people help you do what you do for the mission. Tell them, ask them, what can they do to help you?
Excellent. So we are putting on this podcast right now, and this is something that Kurt and I do often. We are into doing podcasting like this, and creating content it can be a challenge, right? But it also is such a good way to meet people and expand what this mission is and where it's going and what's all involved. We've had some amazing guests on here, and I'm thankful for this whole team and getting a chance to get to know the team better. Because in the past, so far, we've had typically 2 guests come on here every night and share who they are and how they're related to this mission. And that is something we will continue to do into the future. So we are looking for guests, right, to be able to come on in. And if this is something that interests you as you're hearing this, reach out to us and let us know. You can email us at monday@projectdiehard.org and see what you can do to get involved here with the podcast itself, whether it's as a guest on here, if you want to organize guests coming in here, there's lots of possibilities related to this.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Again, folks, if you have a message of hope, a program, a philosophy, something that my brothers and sisters needs to hear, come on to our podcast, right? We give you 15 minutes. 15 minutes. If you can't talk about yourself for 15 minutes, right? I don't know. You need to take a lesson from Sue, from me, from Beth, from Christy, because we know how to just drop. Hey, let's get into it. Okay. So, shocker, Beth, look at the screen because we're going to bring you and Christy and Susan back up before we move on to Jimmy, because ladies first. Bring on Beth too. There you go.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
So Stassi.
So, these 3 ladies bring to me wisdom and sometimes blunt, honest truth that I need to hear. They do.
In love. All in love.
It's all in love. I got it. But they also know that once we come to a consensus and the mission is the mission, that's what we do. So, yeah, join the team. Join these lovely ladies, right? If you're in it to win it, you don't get to deal with me. You get to deal with Susan and Christy and Beth because you got to make it through these three to make it to my calendar. Mm-hmm. So, God help y'all. All right. Any parting things, lady, before we bring. Oh, who's the puppy?
That's Stassi.
Okay.
Oh, I just wanted to say my dad was a medic for 20 years in the Navy. So
Another
Well,
thing.
that's good. I enjoyed being a devil duck for the Marines. Best experience I've ever had. Don't regret it.
yeah, I love being a Navy brat, but I had to marry a Marine. So
Okay. Now, just in full transparency, yes, Christy was a devil dog, but she never picked up the nasty habit of eating crayons.
oh,
You don't know what you're missing.
I had to try a few for our photo shoot. So
All right. So, we're about 15 minutes ahead of schedule because some of the team couldn't make it. We're going to have to beat them up to do their video ones with Dan so we can play them next week. Mm-hmm. But, what, Kurt will be on in about 15, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the ambassadors. That's what we'll bring Jim on with the ambassadors. So pick a subject. What are we going to talk about?
I've got a question for everyone.
okay.
So it's the beginning of the year, right? So I love to hear when you look back on this past year and as you're looking forward into this upcoming year, what do you see? I know there's been a lot of things that have happened and a lot of things to look forward to. And as you think in that kind of a timeline, what comes to the top of your mind when it's related to the mission here?
I think for me is just creating more exposure and talking about it so that people find out, right, what we're trying to do and see if we can just generate that excitement for helping somebody that is in need.
Excellent. Beth, how about you?
I think definitely like growing the mission, growing its exposure, seeing what we can do, like, getting Hope Stock off and seeing what we can pull off with that. I'm really excited for that. Um, Finishing up, the fob and getting that done and getting some people in there. Maybe hopefully finishing up with the retreat at the end of the summer. That would be amazing to accomplish some of those things on our mission, check those off. But getting some good sponsors in, that would be my ultimate goal for this year is to get like a good sponsor in that is consistent with us.
Excellent. So, well, and actually I should let Brian answer that question first, and then I've got one more that came to mind as you're talking. Brian?
Mine is saving my brothers and sisters' lives to give them hope. Yeah. Forward operating base rush being completed by the end of 2024. That's, November 28th. We can do in-person events.
Yeah.
That took us 3 years to get done, but it's done. So yeah, the fellowship breakfast is the first. Growing this mission, telling these other organizations, come use Fob Rush. Come use it. We got 10,000 square foot. It's not all usable, but we got a killer day room.
And if anyone hasn't seen pictures, it's easily seen online. You're getting definitely access what's there and get some good footage of what's available there. And it's open, like you said, it is open. What a great thing to be able to say, hey,
Yeah.
doors are open and we have goals. You're saying this Saturday that you're working on 2 of the bedroom spaces. Is that correct?
Yep. We kicked off the demo on the back 2 bedrooms that were, when they are completed, they will house 12 single veterans. Not the bedrooms completed, that's the building. Right now, we need to get those bedrooms completed
Right.
because we have volunteers that come from Chicago, some roll in from Indiana, Missouri. These are veterans that come down for a Friday night where we hang out and just chat, right? It's a way of doing that mental health thing, right? That's just a way, we do. And then Saturday, we get some of the jobs done that, we need to get done, which now is demo. So if you got any frustrations, ex-wife, ex-husband, in-laws just left for the holidays, so I know somebody's got some frustration they need to come and take out.
That's huge, actually. We have a friend who opened a business locally here called the Smash Zone. That's exactly that. You pay to come in and smash things, get your frustration out. There's more to it than that, but that's the gist
I've
of
been to
it.
those. Those are
Huge.
great.
So come on down to Fob Rush. There's there's the place to get that happening right here, right now.
To an extent.
To an extent.
Smash Zone.
With direction.
With direction and purpose. Yeah, we spent 6 months fixing pipes. I don't need any more busting.
No.
All right, you said you had another question?
I do, because I personally live near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have not yet been to Fob Rush. I haven't personally been on the grounds there yet. I am curious, actually, where is everybody located? And have you been there yourself? And I don't even know where everybody's located. We're all still getting acquainted here.
I'm in North Carolina. I have not been. And I just moved a week ago. I was in Texas. So definitely haven't been there.
I'm in Dallas and I've not been there. Would like to this year somehow get up there to see it.
Hey, the door's always open, boys and girls. As I say, anybody who wants a tour, come see, right? That I stress that. Look, you want to know where your donation goes? Come to an event. Come to Fob Rush. See it. See it. Because we got nothing to hide.
Well, and speaking of events, Hopestock was mentioned. You guys want to touch on that a little bit here as people are looking forward to their plans this year? That is something people should put on their calendars.
Yeah. We're in the planning stages. It's the last weekend of July. Who has a calendar handy?
I believe I was just writing it down, the 26th to the 28th.
It would be this year. July 26th, 27th, and 28th. This is a weekend of food, music, fellowship, fun. It's a time for all of our volunteers to come together, all the veterans we've helped together, all of our partners to come together and basically let our hair down. No alcohol or drugs allowed, but we can still have fun without that. We are looking currently for sponsors for this event. We had to cancel 2023 due to the lack of resources. And that's just a strategic thing. We got to make a decision. Fob Rush has bills, gas, electric, water, plumbing, right? All that has bills. And we had to cancel 2023, but I'm still touting 2022, where 4 veterans came to the event, came back to Christ, and 2 veteran marriages were saved.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
That's powerful. Like, wait a second. Say that again. Did everybody hear that? That's
4
huge.
veterans came to Christ, and 2 veteran marriages were saved.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah, this is why I will look, folks. I'm not going to cancel until the last moment. So, we need to drive sponsorships. Beth had a couple great ideas we'll be talking about the next leadership meeting, right? We can make this happen. Look at this team. We can make this happen.
Absolutely.
It's actually fun for me to see how spread out this team is. And this is only a portion of the team. The team is bigger than what you see on the screen right now. We're all over the place. Yet
Yeah.
we all come together for a purpose. And so we're not limited by where we are, right?
It's one of the great things COVID taught us, isn't it?
Very much so.
But just in a discussion I had yesterday, right, with this nice young gentleman, I didn't, Christy didn't, Jim didn't go, I do solemnly swear to uphold and defend Kentucky or Dallas or North Carolina, did we? We defended the nation.
Right.
It's going to take the nation supporting its heroes. We do our part. Again, if you have a program you want to bring to our facilities, reach out. Reach out to us. Because no one organization can do it all.
It's working together, making connections. That's what's important.
That's the key to.
That's how we're going to do this.
That's the key to success. That is. All right. So, I guess we have to roll into. I am not but I have a family members and church family that need the services. Off LinkedIn, contact at projectdiehard.org. That's where you put in inquiries. The team picks it up, and we work with the resources we have. We have an extensive network we can plug in all over the nation.
Yeah, if you're just also more specific, we can know who to get you to. It's a little bit more helpful.
Yeah, they're out of Las Vegas, but they got family members in California. So yeah, we got a couple contacts out there too. Again, folks, we're just one cog in this machine. When other organizations all come together, we can service veterans even better. All right, so let's have a talk with Jimmy. I'm gonna take you all off, and you can move Jimmy up into spot.
Let me dance my chair here.
What's up, Jim?
How's it going?
It's going, brother. It's going. So, Beth's on the leadership team, right? And Beth doesn't go anywhere without Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't go without Beth. So we had to wrangle him in. This is Jim King. He's the wife of Beth, not the wife, the husband of Beth.
I can't. I gotta go on that one.
So I can't have a husband and wife team on a leadership role, so Jim has stepped up to become an ambassador. Why did you do that, Jim?
I guess this simple answer is to try and help spread the word as far as the organization and the mission goes. You know, it's one thing for me to know about it, but if you don't spread the word, then other veterans don't know about it. And unfortunately, there have been a lot of times in the somewhat recent past or whatever where it had become a thing veterans to hoard their resources versus sharing them. And I disagree with that. I would, you know, if we don't share the resources, if we don't spread the word of what we know, then that many more people fall through the cracks, and the number, you know, the 2022 a day doesn't come down, and I can't abide by that. So the more I can help spread the word about the mission and about the organization and what's being done, the more veterans get reached, the better everything can be.
Use your platform. Use your platform.
Yeah, using both my own personal platform and the Coordinator's Wife page, as far as it goes, we can spread this out through a lot of people, a lot of veterans.
Yeah, brother. This is something that I've been from day one of. As veterans, if we all came together, imagine what we could do. If everybody bought their little spot, what could we do?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, if veterans all came together, what could we do? There wouldn't be one missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You joined right after the holiday season, but yeah, this year's spike in veteran service officers really surprised me.
Yeah.
Our brothers and sisters that know where to get the help.
We see a lot of it on our page.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that on our page.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
It is. It's terrible. All right. You got anything else you want to tell our brothers and sisters?
I'm sure I did at one point or another, but I'll blame the head injury. It's a good catch-all excuse.
Oh yeah.
Why I'm drawing a blank at the moment. What else was there? I guess that's it. About it for now.
Okay, brother. All right.
I forgot to take notes. I usually if I write stuff down, it makes remembering easier for me. But I forgot to write stuff down. So
I understand, brother.
now that the camera's in front of my face, I'm like, so
Believe
I
it
apologize.
or not, when I first started this, I was the exact same way. Oh, here, you're on a podcast.
Been there.
But now we're getting better.
Good deal.
All right, brother. All right, let's bring Beth back on, Christy back on, Sue back on, because while we're waiting for our other people, I mean, we're all here. I would say let's have a quasi meeting, but yeah. I think I've beaten that up about the holiday spike pretty well the past month, right?
I don't know if you can beat that up enough, though.
Yeah, I really don't think you can. All right, folks. Susan told you last week because I couldn't make it because I was handling a veteran issue. But I was notified. 7, and this is just what I was notified of. 7 veterans lost their fight to the demon on Christmas Day. 7, on Christmas Day. And I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit, and Beth's going to holler at me later, but you all beat me up because I didn't have a Christmas dinner at Bob Rush. Sorry, Beth, but to those who beat me up on that, I really dug. I dug. I didn't see your name on a volunteer list, and I didn't see your name on a patron list.
I don't know why you apologize to me. I didn't give you anything.
No, because every once in a while when I get on my soapboxes, you sit there and go, Brian, get down off the soapbox. And that's great. But I think that's a good solid point to put out, that join the team.
Exactly.
You can sit there and make Facebook comments all day long, but until you join the team, I'm personally going to ignore you. Fair? And again, as what I told Jim, 17 VSOs over that whole holiday spike is what I was informed on. 17 veteran service officers. These are the veterans that know where to get the help. Brothers and sisters, I cannot stress this enough. It's okay not to be okay. Reach out. Every one of these team members, when you reach out, I guarantee they're going to respond to you. If you're in a dire strait, dial 911. But please do not give up this fight. Look, this whole screen is fighting for you. Hope Stock is coming up. Why don't you at least plan to be at Hope Stock? That way there, you got something to work for. But don't give up.
I just want to share something. I don't know why I put it on my heart, but I've been there. I've attempted suicide. Jimmy actually is the one who saved me. If it wasn't for him waking up, and the best thing I ever did was waking up in that hospital. But not everybody gets that chance to wake up in that hospital. Not everybody gets that moment to realize that was the biggest mistake of my life. I've never appreciated life the way I do today. And not everybody gets that opportunity. Not everybody wakes up. So just make a phone call instead. Don't, I know what it's like to feel like nobody cares, but you have no clue all the people that this will stick with for the rest of their lives. It's hard to see it in that moment, in that second, but hold on for 2 more seconds and you will see it. That's all.
That's a good solid point. It's okay not to be okay. Ask for help. Yeah. On the mean side of that, brothers and sisters, why would you put us all through that agony? You quitter. Just because you gave up doesn't mean it doesn't affect everybody else, does it? Am I speaking truth, boys and girls? Sergeant Amy Quinn, one of my soldiers. That still hurts me today. I trained her. I pinned her E5 on her. And she gave up to that demon? I miss her, but I'm still a little pissed at her. Because I know she's better than that. I'm sorry. That just hit me. It's not just about me, just like I tell everybody else, this mission isn't about me. I just started this schmug.
I gotta say though that when you're in that space though, you're really not thinking. And other people are the last thing in your mind because your brain is in a dysfunctional state of being. So
You can't.
you're not thinking. And so I think that if we're all able to recognize when you're in that dark space, that it is that dark space that is talking to you, and it's a part of the brain dysfunction. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I am a medic.
That's why I
So,
said, hold on 2 more seconds. Hold on a few more
right,
seconds.
right.
Make finish that
Where
out.
I was going with that is that you have to be able to recognize that your brain is in a dysfunctional state, and if you're able to recognize that, then you're able to realize that you need to do something, right? So what one of the things that certain therapies, and again, I am not a doctor or a psychologist or a therapist, but I just know from personal experience is that you have to plan. You have to have a plan of action as to what are you going to do proactively to get out of that space. So if you don't have a plan, you're not going to know what to do. So if you're having an anxiety attack, I used to carry a piece of paper in my pocket, and every time I would have a panic attack or an anxiety attack, I would bring out the piece of paper and I would read it because that's where my plan was. You can't think when you're in that frame of mind, but you can read, right? So I would bring it out and I would read it. And then eventually I discovered notes on my phone, and then I would put notes on my phone, right? So in my plan of action was to go outside and go for a walk and take some deep breaths, right? And that would lower my anxiety, and then I could think again. So I think that when we anybody that has suffered from PTSD or depression, right? And you're thinking that you're better off dead than being alive. It's one of the things is that you have to recognize that's a dysfunctional state of being. That is not normal. And you have to do something different. So, how are you going to move through it? In the beginning, it is hard because your brain is designed to protect you, and it is trying to protect you in a very dysfunctional way, right? It truly is. Our brain loves us so much that is going to give us the wrong information because it's trying to protect us, and it doesn't know that is dysfunctional. So if you understand that, then you understand that all of those thoughts are not normal, they're not real, and you have to do something different. Something different could be call a friend. Something different could be take a walk, watch TV, like a funny movie or a comedy or something like that, right? Or write notes, journal, right? What are you grateful for? So you have to be proactive, because if you're waiting for your life to be better, your life will never be better.
Solid point.
It's simple.
Again, I'm not a doctor or anything, but you said this other thing. I did take psychology in college, but I'm not a PhD or a doctor at it. But you said the mind will protect you.
The mind is designed to protect us,
Yes, it is. So
and it's going to, even if it's wrong.
if you see your veteran going, I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm just tired. I'm just going to go to sleep. That could be a sign of their brain trying to protect them by going, "Hey, you just sleep. We're not going to do these stupid things." Right? Again, this is one thing that a thing we will be doing at our facilities is suicide prevention training. We did it before COVID, and then things because of COVID, but I really want to bring that back That's one thing we could have at File Brush right now. We just got to find an organization willing to come run it,
Right.
right? To teach people, because our suicide training was specifically for people that deal with veterans, because we manifest differently than everybody else. We do. When I hit that point, none of my family knew my plans. Nobody knew what I was planning. If it wasn't for that phone call, I wouldn't be here. That's a whole other thing. Check your vet. Just because the holidays are over doesn't mean you stop checking. Check your vet. I send out text messages. My team says I send out too many to them, but I text my fellow veterans daily. Way to go, brother. Keep it up, brother. Sister, you got this. Hey, you're ugly. Just something. So they go, oh, that's Doc. All right. Kurt has joined. So let's give him his 15 minutes of fame, and then we'll bring everybody back on. There we go. All right, Kurt, I'm glad you're so done with the other one.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Okay. We are meeting the team. So everybody knows Kurt is an ambassador because you see him every week on the podcast. So you need to answer this question for them. Why did you join the mission, Kurt?
Well, first of all, I joined because we got to talk after you and I met on a Facebook Live. But I think more what you're looking for is, what's the connection within me that brings it that I'm sitting here on this live. So what I'll speak to is that my wife Sue, who's in the show obviously, and myself, we were EMTs for 10 years. So I guess I'm going to draw out a little bit of your Army medic background a little bit. So it's just really meaningful to me to be trained as an EMT IV tech and to be able to be a part of saving lives in my community. And I think that translates to here, and I think it translates to what's important in my life journey. If I'm going to take, what our already short life is and to maximize it for myself personally, this is how I'd want to do it. And, so I appreciate the service that all of you provide and have provided, serving in military service, because it's nothing I did. I kind of get whimsical a little bit to say I'm, your resident scaredy cat. I've got acrophobia. I'm claustrophobic. I'm just plain a scaredy cat, afraid of the dark. So I don't know how I would do if I was deployed. Is about what it amounts to. So to me, it's a way that I can take my God-given abilities and talents and apply it to something that needs done. And I have a little bit of an engineering mind where I look at a problem and I look at how do we solve the problem, and then do I play a role? And I think on this issue of veteran suicide, I just have this feeling like sometimes in life you get thrown stuff that it's like a no excuses thing. There's a lot of things like our mothers taught us that it's just, you just kind of know it's one of those things, there's just no excuse. And that's where I felt that through the awareness here, I really came to that realization that when you have a statistically perverse issue like this, I just can't comprehend how any citizen in our country, wouldn't want to participate with this, if not with Project Die Hard somehow. That I really think this is a political year. How great would it be if people who want to serve our country in a political office made a statement that if we could accomplish anything in this political season, let's get into the business of saving our vets, whether however that play into administration or law, that could be discussed. But folks at home, as a citizen, kind of like we had a president ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, this is something we can all do for our country. It's very doable. And as you've taught us very well here, Brian, and others here, that it's about listening. It's about just lend your ear and just think if you're allowing a veteran to communicate with you could save their life, why wouldn't we do it? So it's just been very meaningful that, boy, if I can be with all of you in this, life-saving business, it's what I want to be. And I look at, well, what if I was on the other side of the equation? What if I had the experience like you did, Brian? What would I want people around me to do? And I'm guessing. I don't have the lived experience. So I'm guessing. So when I'm told that something is on track with this, I want to do it. That's why I'm here.
Sweet. See, folks, this is teamwork in action. So if you want to help Kurt help this mission, Kurt at projectdiehard.org. He's also part of the podcast team. Actually, Kurt is the deciding factor if you're going to be on the podcast. Yeah, folks, that's Kurt. That's Kurt's job within this organization. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, you don't ask me. You ask Kurt. Then if Kurt has a question about if you should be on or shouldn't be on, that's when he asks me. And I set up
there you go.
time
That's
to talk.
It's worthwhile.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's bring everybody back on because we got the room. We got, what do we got? 5 more minutes. God, we should do this routine every week. I love it. I love it. This is some very good discussion. Okay. So usually I have this nice little poignant question. We get the group answer, but no. I want to start with Beth, Christy, Susan, and Kurt one last time. How do people get a hold of you to help you help this mission? Beth?
Beth at projectdiehard.com. Org, sorry.
Okay.
I just got it.
Yeah, she just got that email. It's projectdiehard.org. She will do everything in her power to fit you right into the team.
Yes.
Whether it's on her team, it's on Kurt's team, it's on Sue's team or Christy's team, right? Every one of these team members plays a role. Look, I'm just a low-down Army medic. I don't know jack, but I know I need these people so we can make this mission succeed. All right, Christy, one more shout out for you.
Well, people can reach me at Christie, Christie, at projectdiehard.org. And I do marketing. So if anybody's interested in helping in learning marketing techniques that will help advance our mission for Project Die Hard, I will be happy to help you, as well as teach you a skill that you can then make money off of.
See, folks? Once again, I got to reiterate, all paid positions within Project Die Hard start as a volunteer. So there's an opportunity for you to volunteer, learn something, and maybe it might shake out into a paycheck. I don't know. Sue?
So real simple, Susan at projectdiehard.org. And if you have any questions, anything you want to know about this podcast, anything with getting the word out further, please reach out. And you'll notice a pattern here. Our email addresses are real easy to figure out, right? So this is on purpose, and well done, Brian. Thank you for that. So yeah, Susan at projectdiehard.org. Please reach out.
Okay. You want to be on the podcast? That's it. Oh, I got one thing I got to bring up. My voice at projectdiehard.org. This is a new thing, folks, that we are rolling out. Motivational Monday. You saw me on it this morning. I can't go on every hour on the hour. That's what killed me. So, email my voice at projectdiehard.org. MYVIOC voice. My voice at projectdiehard.org. Then you will get put into that mix to get with Dan, the guy behind the screen, to record your 1 minute message of hope to the veterans that will go on our social media on Mondays. Motivational Monday. Boom. All right, Kurt, one last shout out.
All right. So to follow the email pattern, Kurt, K-U-R-T, at projectdiehard.org. And I welcome people to not be afraid to call and text me, 262-372-1754. My handle on LinkedIn is Hey Kurt. Hey Kurt, H-E-Y-K-U-R-T. So LinkedIn.com/in/Hey Kurt, H-E-Y-K-U-R-T. And then on Facebook, it's a little misplaced here in this veteran military world, but I actually have a Facebook handle of Captain Roscoff. So Facebook.com/Captain Roscoff is me on Facebook. Google me, however you find a way to reach me. I'm here for you and this mission.
Cool. Well, folks, that concludes this Mission Monday update. I hope you found it informative, enlightening, and along with our line of complete transparency, this is the team. Please like, follow, share. If the Lord moves you to donate, go to projectdiehard.org, click that donate button, and give what you can. Because, hey, folks, what's your salaries?
0.
100 times more than it was last year.
See, there you go. No leadership is a salary. Not even me. So when you give your donation to Project Diehard, it goes to the mission. With that being said, Die Hard 6 out. Everybody wave bye-bye. Dan, take us away.